America went to space. Again? So America just concluded its journey around the moon, or so we're told. You see, many people believe that this mission was actually a psyop, and rightfully so, seeing as this isn't the first time that America has tried to fool the masses with a phony space launch.
Show you how the fucking moon landing was fucking bullshit, because everyone's telling you that was fucking wrong.
Showed me.
Yeah, fucking explain to me. Here you go. The guy's getting off the rocket ship. Who the fuck is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy that's supposed to be on the fucking moon? A different rocket ship?
I don't know.
So they sent the rocket ship up there. He got off and he's like, all right, come on up now. I'm ready to fucking film. Are you fucking serious?
Rocket ship?
He's supposed to be the first guy on the moon. It's the car. How did the car fit in that rocket ship? Look, how did that car fit in the rocket ship?
I don't know.
Okay, right. More bull. Then the guy's floating around with a big cord to his stomach, and they're telling you that's his life support. What's it give? Was it feeding him through the tube like a baby? They're bouncing around like a jerk off. Yeah, watch. Let me show you. There it goes. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm going to stay behind. You guys go back to Earth. I'll die up here. And how the did he get the film back to Earth? Yeah, look, the fake parachute. Hey, we're home now. What happened to the guy back on the moon? They just left him?
Let's go back. The year 1969, and America had ambitious dreams of leaving this fishbowl we call Earth. And as luck would have it, on July 20th of that same year, America took its first steps on the moon.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What a glorious day. Not only were we sending back some of the best uninterrupted black and white videos, we also took a rover up that bitch. Yeah, a full-blown car. And all of this back when our spacesuits were made of just foil. It was such a great day that the president, Richard Nixon, called them boys directly from his landline. Nixon, Watergate, Trump, files. Never mind. That's not a coincidence. Back to the story.
Go ahead.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. Now, talking to you about his tire I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here.
Damn, that's clearer than when I call AT&T customer service to get that dreaded payment extension.
Thank you for choosing AT&T.
After the initial landing, we went up a few more times. Then, we lost all of our technology to ever go again.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Yep, the smartest people in the world thought to themselves, how do we store the most important technological advancement known to man? You delete that shit. That's how. It's actually pretty genius. Get rid of it and see if you're smart enough to rebuild it from scratch. But then again, maybe that's not the tech that they lost after all.
Okay, so one of the biggest conspiracy theories regarding the lunar landing is that we never went back after the 60s and 70s because we lost the technology. The idea is that the machinery and the tools that we used to get to the moon were either intentionally destroyed or lost over time. And the engineers that were working on it, they eventually all passed away. And so the actual hardware and the people that took us to the moon are no longer. What if I told you that the reason there hasn't been another lunar landing is because of lost technology? It's just not NASA's, it's Disney. What does Disney have to do with this, you ask? Well, naturally, we never actually went to the moon. We filmed the lunar landing and broadcast that as if it was really happening. Disney had government contracts with the United States. They worked with scientists like Wernher von Braun. They filmed a very convincing lunar landing using green screen technology from the 60s that we simply do not have anymore in 2026. Listen to this guy talking about the Disney prism that allowed them to film unbelievable scenes like this one in Mary Poppins that is simply lost forever.
Instead of a blue screen or a green screen, they used what was sometimes called a yellow screen. It's a very specific spectrum of yellow made from a low-pressure sodium vapor light that puts out one wavelength of light. Because it's just one wavelength, you can actually block just that one wavelength or let just that one wavelength go through. In that scene, there's no matte lines. He's motion blurring, he's dancing around. The compositing is impeccable. Yeah, it's perfect. You couldn't have gotten such great blur over the alpha channel with a green screen or a blue screen.
So all that technology was perfect for a lunar landing where you're stepping on rocks and there's moon dust and the black background with the red, white, and blue. And once those prisms were lost or destroyed, we didn't have the technology to film another lunar landing the last 60 years.
Oh, Disney say it ain't so. But lucky for America, they found a new Goofy to take the lead on the next space race. Looks like America has a thing for letting Nazis run their space programs. So Elon stepped up, knowing that his overly hyped electric cars would eventually begin to fade. So Elon decided to flip the script, before he lost that richest man in Babylon title. He said it's time to start exploring space again. So he set out on a new mission. He sent a Tesla into space, and we were finally able to get some new pictures of Earth. Whoops. Looks like them boys left that fisheye lens on.
How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the blue planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible.
But hey, it was Elon, so we all just brushed it under the rug. Then the dumbest, smartest man in the world, Neil deGrasse Tyson, came out and told us how the world actually looks.
When you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. Yeah. Gets wider in the middle. And so Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially, it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped. Pear-shaped. Pear-shaped.
Damn, that's the roundest pear I've ever seen. But I digress. Let's just say we definitely went to the moon. I know some of you are saying, this time is different, and I agree with you. So let's look at the proof.
All this chaos surrounding this return to the moon feels like the real launch. Like this image circulating of this NASA employee with a satanic tattoo. I guess it makes sense since NASA is just Satan minus C. These photos of the moon going viral, people are claiming that these clouds didn't move, that the pictures were taken 12 hours apart. But in actuality, NASA put out this tweet saying that these pictures were taken 1 minute apart. If the pictures are even real. NASA is infamous for putting out CGI photos. Have you seen the little toy that they brought into space? Its nickname is ZGI, which stands for Zero Gravity Indicator, but it sounds a lot like CGI. The Artemis shuttle was 322 feet tall. That's the number for skulls and bones. Then they launched this shuttle on April 1st, April Fool's Day, at 6:24 p.m. 6:24 is June 24th, which is the birthday for Freemasonry. There's also this video that's going viral where the astronauts are believed to have exited the shuttle before the launch even happened. But look how obvious this is. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, this is too obvious. The spacesuits resemble Freemasonry attire. Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, says that Freemasonry served as a rudimentary screening process for organized Satanism for those that naively think that politics and ritual magic do not mix. In order to bring in a new world or a new system, they have to destroy the old one. The method being used to destroy it is chaos magic.
Oh boy, I think this one will do.
Oh wow, would you look at that? Just a Nutella jar floating around in the Artemis 2 spacecraft, rotating perfectly to show the label. Definitely random. If this is all important equipment, why isn't it strapped down? Seems like the perfect advertisement, especially since Nutella posted it themselves. Definitely not being mocked, right? And why can't Artemis 2 just move the camera to the window to show us what they're actually seeing? Instead, in 2026, we get still shots. No live stream of a moon mission, just a 2D visualizer, and people believe it's real. Not strange at all that a NASA employee has this tattoo. Nothing to see here. Why show us Earth piece by piece but not everything? People in 1969 had black and white footage of the moon landing live on their TVs. Even a phone to call the president. Yet in 2026, no live stream of the moon. Well, Don Pettit, a NASA astronaut, said, "We don't have the technology to do that anymore." You can believe what you're shown, or you can start asking why it's all staged so perfectly. Either it's real or it's the most convincing show on Earth.
But I mean, they would never lie to us, even though the moon trip was literally set up on April Fools, or because the word NASA means to deceive in Hebrew. Hey, yo. All I'm saying is it's not like NASA and the US haven't funded movies that show us what's really going on when we think we're going to space.
So as all the Artemis stuff is in the news, I want to take you back a couple years. Do you guys remember when Apple dropped that movie called Fly Me to the Moon? And if you guys don't remember it, the premise of this movie was in 1969, they had an alternate backup plan to fake a moon landing just in case they couldn't get to the moon.
The whole world will be watching. We can't afford to lose to the Russians. We need to shoot the backup version of the moon landing.
You mean to fake it?
But what I find really funny about this, do you know what they called their project to fake the moon landing in that movie? Yeah, of course, they called it Artemis. You can't even make this stuff up, or maybe you can, and they do.
Now look at this. In the reflection on the helmet, it looks like a neat row of movie lights. And look at the reflection on this photo.
What the heck is that?
That looks a lot like a studio light with the barn doors open. Now here's a photo that shows what looks like a movie prop. This rock is labeled with the letter C, but the crew forgot to remove the label when they started shooting. How about this picture of the landing module? Do those hills look like they're miles away? Or do they look like this was shot on a soundstage? Now, speaking of those hills, this photo was supposedly taken a few miles away from the landing module. Then how come the backgrounds are identical?
Because they use the same backdrop.
Now let's talk about stars. On Earth, even with our thick atmosphere, the sky looks like this. But on the moon, with no air, the sky is just black? Shouldn't the sky be full of stars? NASA really thought this one through. If you're gonna hoax something in space, the stars are a big problem. This is because by using a star map, you can not only get the precise location a photo was taken, you can even get the precise day and time. So they had to get rid of the stars.
When you looked up at the sky, could you actually see the stars and the solar corona in spite of the glare?
We were never able to see stars from the lunar surface or on the daylight side of the moon by eye without looking through the optics. I don't recall during the period of time that we were photographing the solar corona what stars we could see.
I don't remember seeing any.
Wait a damn minute. Are these niggas supposed to represent these niggas?
And Artemis is being led by Commander Reed. I couldn't help but think about the Fantastic Four today, and the fact that they also were led by a Commander Reed and a bald guy. Commander Reed and a bald guy. Commander Reed and a bald guy. And only one woman. And only one woman. And only one woman. And only one woman. Well, you see where this is going.
I'm Christina Cook. I'm a mission specialist.
I'm Jeremy Hansen. I'm a mission specialist. I'm Victor Glover. I'm the pilot. I'm Reed Wiseman. I'm the commander for the Artemis 2 mission to the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon. To the moon.
NASA, stop playing with me, my G. It can't be a movie. That would call for CGI and green screening. And for the life of us, there's no proof of that, right?
So do you remember this guy right here? Of course you do. He was the main character in the newest space movie. But I just want to take a second to look at the stars on this thing. And why is he still carrying it? See the stars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 stars. You see this little half star? So take a look at it right here after he spins it, which is all they actually did was play with a plush toy the entire time. See how you can see the 5 stars, but where's the half a star? How come the half a star isn't there anymore? Watch it as it comes around. 5 stars. You clearly saw 5.5 stars. Where is that half a star? How come it's not there? But maybe if they didn't focus so much on spinning microphones and plush toys and actually showed us the moon, Earth, or what space looks like, then we wouldn't be able to find so many mistakes and glitches. Now, I just want to look at one more thing from our main character here. See right here how there's a shadow from her hand? Well, there should also be a shadow from the toy, but there isn't one. You see, she brings her hand back. There's the shadow. Takes it away. No shadow. So why isn't the toy giving off a shadow when her hand is in the same exact spot giving off a shadow? We don't even have to talk about the words that were appearing on the main character either. We've already talked about that.
Man, what the fuck? Wait a minute. So America would lie to their people by creating a fake space program, which in turn makes billions of dollars a year? To what? Funnel money to other countries and fund their allied interests? Nah, that's not the America we know and love. Well, then again, the rocket did look like a, and what they were flying around in was considered the head. So I guess if you put both of those together, that's what you are, if you believe this bullshit. But all jokes aside, we're not asking you to believe us. We're just asking you not to believe them. Because I think at this point, we all know that this and this are both probably happening to take your attention off of this. And that, my friends, is the morbid truth. Get down in that comment section. We want to know your thoughts. Are we reaching? And NASA is the honest firmament-breaking technological company that they say they are? Or can you see the movie through the smoke and mirrors?